They'll be calling you a radical. Back to Fukushima. I got up really early this morning. Yesterday, after I got all the great news and my treatment was over, the first thing I did, put up that video and headed up that beautiful canyon up to the backside of Ben Lomond to go visit those real old beatnik friends of mine that have stayed right by my side the whole time. Them old Ogdenites, them old, not hippies, them old real beatniks from San Francisco who live up in North Fork, who have loved me and stayed right by my side from day one. And so many of you people on YouTube. I've been contemplating all night as we sit up there and talked about where's your life gonna go now, Kev, as this is a rebirth. As I called my beautiful daughters and all told them the news, and that beautiful artist of mine in Manhattan, she says, Dad, you do know that it's the new moon, and it's the equinox and the sun. And I'm like, oh, as we are so tied and we are so connected, as we let ourselves go to the wind blows, to the water flows, as I like to say, it is where the wind blows, it is where the water flows. As Fukushima goes, as I go. I cannot deny this path. I cannot. I've been running through my mind a long time. Where are you going to go with yourself, Kev? You're going to go back in the hedge fund industry? You're going to go back into teaching? You're going to go back? Well, for some reason, I woke up so early this morning, and, you know, my dogs are all awake, and I'm like, why am I waking up at this time? And then it dawned on me. You need to be standing when that freaking sun comes up. As the sun tunnels are right out here in the West Desert. Miss Novak. As Smithson's jetties are right there, and I've been out there as those tunnels are lined up with these. I've been out there on that day. When it lines up in that evening equinox and that aura goes, that's pretty cool. There's a bunch of people that go out there. I've done it many times. But as far as Fukushima goes, I cannot deny my path. This journey that I have marched and I've walked, it is where the wind blows. I have to stay an activist. I really do. That's my journey, that's my path. I have to stay the anti-nuclear activist. I know, and I've thought about it, is there any rewards in being an environmental activist in this day and age? No. Fuck no, we get abused, we get treated like fucking shit, we get kicked down, and we get so discouraged, so many of us that are out there fighting. We get so fucking discouraged as we see people attack us. We don't get any monetary rewards, none. In fact, we get monetary destroyed. We have become the starving real artist. As these assholes out there, we know, we sit and watch these Fox News Kool-Aid and we're like, fuck, why we fight for these fucking creeps? Fucking creepy motherfuckers, why? Why? Then it hit me this morning. I always fall back to Schultz's great song, as he was the anti-corporate musician of all time, as so many claim to be, which they weren't, including Neil Young, including so many claim they were, what they were never not. They hoard, you know, Steven Tyler hoarded himself, that girl that wanted to have fun, they all hoard themselves. Not him. People living in competition. All I want is my peace of mind. Does this give me peace of mind? Yeah. Hell yeah, that's why we do it. So back to fucking Fukushima, and I think this needs to be fucking said big time on Fukushima right now. There's stuff breaking all over in fucking Japan right now on news. It's getting reported left and right. These fucking evil TEPCO motherfuckers are coming out and finally now saying, oh, we didn't have a plan. We were totally inadequate. There is the fallacy of nuclear fallout. This is what we've said for 40 years. This is exactly what we've said. This is our worst fears has poured out. What have we said for 40 years? Look, 40 years. How can you hypothesize a people forward, a whole generation forward, how they're going to react and how they're going to plan? You can't. It is the human element. That's what we've said. And we cannot afford to say, oh, I'm sorry. When it comes to nuclear freaking disasters, you can't say I'm sorry. Won't fucking work. Because you can't clean it up. The genie out of the fucking bottle has these evil pieces of shit. In fact, CNN has grown a conscience now, and now they're starting to, okay, you fuckers at CNN, you evil pieces of shit, when are you going to say I'm sorry? When is Sanjay Gupta, and you're going to put that video back up that he did March 25th, exactly 2 weeks after Fukushima, on his Saturday morning health show that millions watch, when are you going to say I'm sorry, Gupta? Anderson Vanderbilt, when are you going to apologize to the American public? Because you put that Japanese doctor. Yesterday I was doing my last radiation treatment. I've gotten close relationships with so many of those nurses. One of the old nurses there grew up in northern Japan. Her whole family's over there. She recognized me one day when I had my travel fuck. She says, you know, that's spelled F-U-K, not F. I said, it used to be. She says, yeah. And she says, you know, my family's over there. What they've done, and verbatim, you talk to a person in Japan, verbatim, they don't accept these apologies. Oh no, oh no. There's going to be some people, this is what they did to those people, those lying TEPCO evil pieces of shit, the IAEA, the NRC, those corrupt evil pieces of shit. And as far as songs in California, you turn that piece of shit back on you Californian phony fuckers, as you guys claim to be the fucking hippies, the beatniks, the moonbeamers, the love childs. Where the fuck are you? Don't you dare let that fucking piece of shit turned on. As they have exposed the flaw that sits at 252 of these. We are a fucking disaster waiting to it's going to happen. It is going to fucking happen. And then I can't, you know, it's going to be, everybody's going to run and say, oh my God, I don't believe it, I don't believe it. Why didn't we do? Yeah, why? It isn't like we haven't been screaming and fucking yelling. Now, TEPCO comes out and admits, we had no plan, which, let's be clear, by law, by Japanese law, by international law, by law, they have to have the IAEA has, and they lied to us for 40 years as activists just like me, so many of them, as your John Goff said the same thing, as Rachel Carson said the same thing, as Blackford Dickerson said the same thing. How can you hypothesize a whole generation later how they will think and how they react when they had no plan? They have lied against law. This is nothing but redistribution of wealth, an easy way to make money. As government supports these things, they build them. They don't put up one dime. Huge profits for doing nothing, just like the entire science fiction economics that is involved. This is nothing more of transfer of wealth to the 1%. That's all any of this has been. That's all this has been. This has been, you've been smacked by a smooth criminal named Alan Greenspan, the GOP radical fairy tale idealism. That's all any of this has been. How can you sit back and apologize now? Oh, I'm sorry we didn't have a fucking plan. There is the fallacy of the entire nuclear. So we're going to do that here? We're going to do that here? Apparently we are. We have had warnings. Mother Earth has warned us and warned us over the last 2 years. They warned us in Nebraska with Cahoon. They warned us at Yankee when the whole wall fell down. They're warning us at Songs big time. And don't you love how they name these things? Songs, Blue Castle, Yankee. Why don't you name them what like I said, the one down there, I call it the green fucking devil they're trying to build. You fairy tale, fantasy island, hairsprayed evil pieces of fucking shit. I will fight. I'm going to take this show of mine on the road. I got 2 weeks. This pick line's going to come at me. But I cannot deny my path. I cannot deny my journey. As the wind, the sun this morning. It is where the wind flows. It is where the water blows, excuse me, it is where the wind blows, it is where the water flows. It is dust in the wind. That's who I have to be. I have to be. So that's what I've got to do. So I will stay doing Fukushima reports all summer long. I'm going to take this, the first stop's Manhattan. You know, first stop's Manhattan. I'm going to see my daughter, and I'm going to see my friends there, and I'm going to Washington Square and visit the Shirtwaist Girls. I will go to their cemetery and visit the Shirtwaist Girls 100 years ago. That's my favorite place. As I'll go over to Hamilton's grave and I'll visit him, see if he's still rolling over. And I'll go to my favorite places over there and see all my favorite friends and see all my people. And I'll go down there to the financial district and visit my old hedge fund friends. I'll go right to the Saks freaking office. Oh, I know where it's at. Oh, yes. As they try to hide in there, oh, I know where you're at. You cannot hide from me. I will stay as an activist, and I will stay as the anti-nuke, and this is the fallacy. And CNN, when you going to apologize? Fox News, when you going to say, I'm sorry? Is it the first step? No. Fuck no, it doesn't really fucking matter. What they did to us is so fucking evil, and now you fuckers at CNN want to report that Japan lied. Oh, we didn't have a plan when they lied and said they had a fucking plan. This isn't lie, this is malice. This is law. By law, they had to have a plan. By law. By law. This is not just civil penalties, which the entire world is owed fucking more than money. The entire fucking world is owed our lives back and our children's lives and future generations fucking back. And the Pacific Ocean is the fucking fish. That's what you owe us. How are you going to replace the mammals in the Pacific? How are you going to replace the mammals in the Gulf? How are you going to replace so many of our lives as we pass? Because you murdered us. Because of your fucking lies. Your fucking lies and your Freudian fucking agenda. How can you fucking lie to us like that and hold a straight face, CNN? Sanjay Gupta, when are you going to apologize to me? When are you going to apologize to me? As you hold up a guy fishing at Lake Chernobyl, really? Some freelance fucking kid from Michigan, really? You can hold a straight face and look at the mirror and know that you did that. Know that that is done with malice. It is a crime. It is a crime. It is a crime. It is a crime. You people need to all go to jail, and you will. This story is going to keep on evolving. Here's where you made your big mistake, all you fuckers like CNN, like Fox, like you hairsprayed senators, like all you phony fuckers, like the IEA. Then here's where you made your mistake. You hypothesized this story was just going to be the slow cycle evolving. The old news cycle, oh, the Americans got attention as long as they're dicks, it'll fucking pass. You didn't realize there's so many YouTube vloggers out there, there's so many freelance journalists out there that have backdoored you. You underestimated the power of the fucking internet. You underestimated the power of the fucking human soul and the mind, the birds, the wind, the sun. You underestimated it. This story is not going away, and you're being exposed for who you are, and it's going to grow. The exposure of all you lying, phony, creepy, fucking nuclear energy fuckers is growing and growing and growing, and we're going to call you out individually by name. We're going to call individually. It's like Utah himself says right here. Utah himself. What's his famous quote? These people have names and addresses. I'm going to call every one of you out. Sanjay Gupta, I'm calling you out. Ann Coulter, that dude, I call you out. The IEA, I call you out. The NRC, I'll identify every one of your names. I will go to your house. I will freaking videotape you walking out. I'm going to interview. I'll find you. I will find you. That's going to be my agenda going forward. As I like to say, because I look like a monkey and I act like one too.